इसी पाथ में क्यों जा रहा है? इधर हो गया ऑटो कॉलिमेशन, समझ आ गया आपको? सो लो भाई, तुम्हारे 3 सोल्यूशन आ गए। Hello guys, first of all, very warm welcome to 5 and Grind. Today we are going to solve a physics question which involves multiple concepts of ray optics and geometrical optics. This question is taken from JEE ADV 2023 and it's question number 9 for P1 for your reference. You can see that later. So yeah, how to do this question? We have to read the question first. There is an optical arrangement, right, of two concave mirrors M1 and M2 and a convex lens L, as you can see, with a common principal axis here, and the focal length of L is 10 centimeter. So the focal length of L is 10 centimeter. The radius of curvature of M1 and M2, I have written all this information here except this. A point object S is placed at the midpoint of L and M2. So this should be 10, like pretty basic. It should be 10. Then what they have asked is when the distance between L and M1 is n by 7, one of the images coincides with S, the value of n is dash. So when image coincides with the object, the case is called autocollimation. And today I'm going to explain that in case you don't know. Don't worry, okay. When the image coincides with the object, it is placed at 3 positions mainly. I will come later with the when we proceed with the question, you can see it, okay. So let's start solving the question. So yeah, we are provided with the object and the focal length. So object distance and the focal length, then we have to find the image distance. That's pretty basic, right? So and we will find it with respect to M2 first, because if we find that, then we can do that refraction later. Means if the object, the image for M2 will be the object for lens L, and then it will proceed into 3 different cases which I will explain slowly. So let's calculate the image distance first. So we have to use the mirror formula here, 1 by v plus equal 1 by f. One by v you have to find, okay. So 1 by, here u was minus 10. I'm not scrolling up again, you can see that. And yeah, here u is this, and the focal length is 12. I hope you know sign conventions. In case you don't know, let me tell you the concept. Sign convention is taken according to the incident ray, okay. If the incident ray, for example, is in this direction and you are, let's say, measuring the focus. So if to measure the focus, you have to go in this direction, because we calculate everything from the pole, right? So if let's say it's plus, then it should be minus. If we relatively see that, if you have studied relative motion, you must understand that, right? Then yeah, we can do this mathematical calculation here. So my pen is not working, okay. Let me do the calculation in background. I have to pause, okay. Do it here. I have done a little short process here. Here minus should be in the numerator. It's maths basics, you must know that. And sign change here, side change and sign change, right? I will do the LCM. So yeah, we are receiving 1 by f is equal to 1 by 60. This means f must be plus 60. And thus, according to the sign convention, this must be on the right side of the mirror. So let's say it should be somewhere here. We extend the principal axis. Then we will draw a ray diagram and I will explain you how this whole thing is happening, right? So from here, as it's a point object, it's not an extended object, I just explained it here, no problem. It's a point object, so the rays is direct from here and the image is formed here. So let's put a dotted line here, yeah. And then the reflection happens, and then where it goes, it goes straight out there, and there the refraction happens in the lens. So yeah, we can regard this as image 1. This image 1 will be the object for lens, right? Because the ray is going from here, and if you extend the ray here, we can see that it's like something like this only. Okay, that's, my pen is not working that rightly, so yeah, please adjust. Can I explain how to do the latter part? So now, as it is the object for this, we have the focal length here. You have the focal length provided here. Focal length of L is 10. Then we will calculate the image 2, right? So yeah, let's calculate image 2. So we will use the lens formula, 1 by V minus the U equal 1 by F, right? 1 by V have to find. Yeah, so what will be the U? U here is, remember, this distance whole here is 60 centimeters. We found that, right? Then how much is it? 60 plus 20, 80 centimeter. So the object distance for length, the lens L is 80 centimeter. Abiding the sign convention, we have to take minus 80. Okay, and focal length we know it's 1 by 10. So let me do the calculation in background. You also do that. So yeah, how much are we receiving the V to be? V is equal to 80 by 7 centimeters. So now let's say the image is formed here and it's at like 80 by 7 centimeters. So now the concept of image coincidence comes. Now we see that the image coincides with the X. There's a concept involved called autocollimation. I will just write it. If you want to look it, uh, even if you don't understand my explanation, you can look it at it. Sorry, autocollimation. Yeah. So you can look up to that concept autocollimation. This thing happens when the image coincides with the object, and the image coincides with the object at specific positions only. So the specific positions are, if they are at C, if they are at P, if they are at F. So there will be three conditions here while solving the question. First condition we'll consider is C. You can consider any of it. I'm considering C first. So let's say the image is at the curvature of M1, right? So in the curvature of M1, the image and object will coincide. So how will be the ray path? I will explain that. Okay. So what happens in the curvature, if you have read the basics, is the light ray is reflected in the same path. It's coming this way, and it will be reflected in the same path. So it goes there, again arrow there, arrow there, arrow there. Okay, and then arrow there, and this coincides right here with the object. You understand? This is a clustering concept, that the ray goes back in the same path while it is passing through the C. In the first situation, we take it as C. Then we'll do the mathematical calculation for it. So yeah, let me scroll down. So yeah, the curvature of M2 was 20 centimeter, and here this was 80 by 7 centimeters. We just found it, that the image distance of the L1, right? You got that. So we will now, so yeah, the distance will be 20 plus 80 by 7, as I told you. So in this case, we are getting 220 by 7. If we compare it with n by 7, n is simply 220. So yeah, one case is done. That is one first case curvature. Next, we will be keeping the keeping this at pole, right? If we don't move the object because it will be hazy kind of, and the diagram is already a lot hazy. If we move the mirror here, just there at the object, it's at the pole only, right? Because वो तो मिरर के पोल में ही फिर से हो रहा है ना. मिरर का पोल तुमने इधर एडजस्ट कर लिया, बस मिरर के पोल में ही हो रही है. तब उस केस में जो डिस्टेंस आएगा, फिर 80 नहीं, 80/7 था. हाँ, इस डिस्टेंस आएगा, 80/7 होगा डायरेक्टली. डिस्टेंस इक्वल 80/7. तो उसमें तो बहुत बहुत ईजी है. फिर तुम n/7 कंपेयर करो, मिल जाएगा तुमको n इक्वल 80. सो ये लिख लेता हूँ मैं थोड़ा, ठीक है. सो यार यार मेरी हैंडराइटिंग थोड़ी खराब है, सो प्लीज एडजस्ट. देन व्हाट वी सेड हियर इज d इज इक्वल टू 80/7. इसको हम n/7 से कंपेयर करेंगे. सो इट्स गिव्स अस n इक्वल टू 80. n इक्वल टू 80. इन केस अगर तुम्हें इसका डायग्राम समझना है तो मैं समझा दूँ, 1 मिनट रुको, मेरे को डायग्राम कॉपी करना है, तो एंड आई विल एक्सप्लेन हाउ इट इज हैपनिंग, वहाँ कैसे कोइंसाइड कर रहा है. तो हाँ यार, हमने इधर हमारा इमेज रखा था एंड इधर हमने अपने रिकॉन्स्ट्रक्शन कर लिया था M2 का, राइट. इधर हमने M2 का रिकॉन्स्ट्रक्शन कर लिया था. अब ये पोल पे कैसे आके एंड रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहे हैं मैं उनको बताता हूँ. इधर से हमने शुरू किया, फिर इधर हम गए, ठीक है. ये तो प्रीटी बेसिक है. ये पैरेलल जाएगा या वो जाएगा, उसमें कंफ्यूजन की कोई बात नहीं है, बिकॉज ये जैसे नॉर्मल था, ये पैरेलल नहीं जाएगा, ठीक है. ऐसे ऐसे जाएगा. मेरा थोड़ा पैरेलल टाइप डायग्राम लग रहा है, बट पैरेलल नहीं जाएगा. इधर से आएगा, फिर इधर रिफ्रैक्शन होगा, रिफ्रैक्शन होके फिर पोल पे आएगा. अब क्या हो रहा है ना, अब वो इसी बात पे क्यों जा रहा है, क्योंकि पोल पे हमको पता होता है कि एंगल आई इक्वल एंगल आर. ये तो एनसीईआरटी के क्लास 10th क्लास 12th कहीं भी पढ़ सकते हो. एंगल आई इक्वल टू एंगल आर. तो प्रीटी बहुत बेसिक है, मतलब 7th के बच्चे बोल देंगे, ठीक है. और नहीं आता, मतलब बच्चे भूल जाते प्रेशर में. तो फिर इसके बाद ये सेम रिफ्रैक्शन से हुआ, क्योंकि आर आई इक्वल आर सेम है, सिमिलरली ये भी सेम ही होना चाहिए. सेम पाथ, सेम पाथ पैरेलल नहीं होगा, थोड़ा पैरेलल लग रहा है. देन इधर जाके मीट करेगा. इधर हो गया ऑटो कॉलिमेशन, समझ आ गया आपको, क्योंकि इधर कोइंसाइड कर रहा है, क्योंकि जो इमेज है इधर कोइंसाइड कर रहा है. ये समझ आता है, लगा है तो हो गया, बस कोइंसाइड हो रहा है. चलो केस 3 पे चलते हैं, ठीक है. तो केस 3 में हमने बोला था कि हम फोकस पे ये रखेंगे, ठीक है. तो इसका भी हम डायग्राम पहले एनालाइज करेंगे फिर करेंगे, बिकॉज ये थोड़ा आपको अच्छे से देखना पड़ेगा, तो मैं डायग्राम कॉपी करके दिखाता हूँ. हाँ, तो ये रहा वह डायग्राम. अब मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ, देखो. सर इसका कुछ ऐसा केस बनेगा, इधर से ये जाएगा, ठीक है. इधर से जाने के बाद ये ऐसे जाएगा. वही ये वाला पार्ट तो सबका सेम है, बस ये थोड़ा इधर से जा रहा है, बता दो. फिर ये रिफ्रैक्ट होके ये तुम्हारा फोकस, ये याद रखने की फोकस है. ये कर्वेचर नहीं है, फोकस है, ठीक है. अब फोकस ही जैसे क्या, अब फोकस का तो तुमको पता ही है कि ये जाता है पैरेलल टू प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस. पैरेलल टू प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस जाने के बाद ये सेम आएगा, ठीक है. ये याद रखना, इसके साथ ये पैरेलल है, इसके साथ ये पैरेलल है. ये तो वही क्लास 10 का रूल है कि जैसे अगर फोकस से जो रे जाती है वो ऑलवेज पैरेलल टू प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस जाती है. आई होप ये तुम्हें समझ आएगा. अब इसका न्यूमेरिकल पोर्शन हम करते हैं, ठीक है. मैं एरोस लगा देता हूँ. ये गया and ये. ओके, सो लेट्स डू द न्यूमेरिकल पोर्शन गाइस. सो यस, इसका काफ़ी सिंपल है. इसमें अगर आपको डी निकालना है तो डी डी क्या करना था, पहले जो आपकी इमेज डिस्टेंस निकला हुआ था, फिर वेट मेरे को ये स्क्रॉल करने दो. सो हाँ, बस इसमें 80+7 प्लस 10. मेरे पेन थोड़ा प्रॉब्लमेटिक है यार, तो वो मैं सही कर लूँगा बाद में. तब तक सामने सॉल्यूशंस दे देगा. ये हो गया हमारा 150/7. तो इसका मतलब n इक्वल 150. सो लो भाई, तुम्हारे 3 सोल्यूशन आ गए. सो ये रहा भाई तुम्हारे तीन सोल्यूशन, 220, 80 और 150। एन के ये तीन वैल्यूज